here we have a BMW E53. I wasn't going to do a video on this, but I've decided I'm going to now. Basically, its air suspension has collapsed. Rear air suspension. The truth is, I'm sick and tired of it. I've replaced 2 airbags on this, already on the back. We've replaced a few pipes, a few bits and pieces, and now come out this morning, the vehicle lifted right up in the air, and I thought, oh dear. Then all of a sudden a huge big bang, and the air suspension went back down. So I've decided now I'm going to rip the air suspension completely off, and I'm going to fit basically springs on the back. Coil springs is a suspension kit that I bought online. Absolutely fantastic, and it will get rid of all this silliness that I keep experiencing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you basically how easy it is to fit this. So that's what the video is about, is just to show you how easy it is to fit, and that's what we're going to do. So yep, here we go. Right, I do apologise for the birds singing in the video. I live in the middle of nowhere, so we have plenty of birds. Right, in the kit, this is what we have. We have one spring. Okay, well, we have 2 springs, but this is one side. So we have one spring. We have this rubber damper that goes at the bottom of the spring, and then this rubber damper goes at the top, and then you have a clip, plastic clip. Basically, the way the spring works is actually held in by the weight of the vehicle. The vehicle's pretty heavy. So, give you an example. That goes like that. That goes up that way. This then goes in there like that. Okay, and then that one there goes on top on here with the clip in. I'll give you a, so it fits on top like that. So that goes on there like that, and then the clip goes on the inside and then up and in and holds it in place. So that's that. So we're going to fit this now. So the first thing you need to do, as you can see, is I've emptied the boot. We've took the spare wheel out. I'm actually going to leave the air compressor and all the components in here, because if someone later on decides that they want this silly air suspension, it's all in here. All they need to do is replace 2 bags. So I'm going to leave it, just disconnect it all, so it's all disconnected and not working. Right, so the first thing you need to do is undo this. So this all needs to be undone. As you can see, I've pre-done it for you. So that all needs to be taken out. And then you need to pull this off, and then you need to disconnect this airbag. Okay, that airbag needs to be disconnected from there. So that's the first thing we do. What you do is you get a pair of pliers, and you just basically just kind of squeeze 2 little bits in, and then you just unclip these clips, and that's basically the top part off. But I'll show you how we do that. So let's see what happens next. Right, what you do is you jack the car up, you take the wheel off, make sure you put in the car on axle stands for safety. Now let me just show you. This is your airbag. That one is such a crap and cheap airbag, it's actually comes straight out of its socket. It's torn in pieces. That's what happens if you buy cheap airbags, truthfully. And unless you're going to buy an airbag from Euro Car Parts or BMW itself, then you know you pay for what you get. So this is what's happened. It's had a cheap airbag fitted. I've obviously bought a cheap airbag in the past, the truth is, because this one has been replaced before. So, or unless it's a faulty part, I don't know. So what we do is underneath here, just underneath here, where my finger is, just underneath there, there's a clip. You just pull that clip out, and then this will come out. And like I said, we go up round here inside the car, and all we need to do is just undo them clips, and then that's basically the top part will come off, and then once we've done that, we'll show you where we go from then. I forgot to mention that before you undo the clips, to remove the fuses in here, which is in that bit there, you need to remove 76 and 87 fuse needs to be removed, but it is marked on here which one you need to do. Once you've done that, then slowly release that to allow the excess air out. So you disconnect that, and then that's that done. You can see the clips are undone, so really that should just push through, which I've just done. It's pushed through, so that's pushed through. Now I can just pull it out from the other end. There you go. So it's just literally comes out. What we need to do is we need to undo this one first. But just to show you, it's difficult to do this with a phone. There we are. Can you see it's come out? That was at the top. That bit was at the top, and that's what we just undone. But yeah, it's cheap. That's what happens. So I'll just unclip the bottom bit, and then we'll get the springs loaded up and put in. Right, as soon as you've undone the clip underneath here, just underneath there, there's a little clip you pull off with the pliers. This will just come out, and as you can see the little circle bit there. Anyway, ditch that. That is where the rubber bung goes in. I'll give you an example. This bit here that comes with the kit actually slots just in there like that. That slots in there, so that, and then basically a spring sits on top, and then you put the other rubber on top of that, and then you clip it in. I'll show you. Basically what we do is we compress the spring by fitting these on, and then that way it shortens the spring so it can go up and easily into the vehicle. Right, basically what we've done is we've undone this shock here, pulled the shock out, so we've got some movement in this, so this can go down now, and then we can squeeze the spring up and in, and there we are, into its little slot where it needs to go. Right, as you can see, the spring is now in and they're lined up. First thing you need to do when you get this spring in, you need to line the top up, and then you need to get the bottom in before you start undoing these. Okay, you must get it lined up first. It's a little bit of a tamper in and out, but it is obviously, you know, it's fairly easy. Just undo this shock and then push down on, and then it slowly goes in. Right, I'll show you here, and this is how, and then you push the little clip up and in, and it's done. It's quite simple really. It's just getting it lined up and in. A second jack, so we can lift it up, and then we can put the shock in. Put the shock in, and then that's basically it. Then put the wheel back on, and that's one side done. And what you do is then we repeat exactly the same what I've just shown you on the other side. As you can see, just undoing it there. Now it's all sitting right, so we'll just undo this, and then once that's done, wheel can go back on and the other side's done, and then test drive. Right, as you can see, it's all done, wheels are back on. I've done a test drive. To be honest with you, I found it drives very well. Suspension's not much difference, so I'm very happy with it, and I would recommend anyone who has airbags and having airbag problems to just convert them to springs. Much better, and it'd be better for towing as well.